The Toldos Yeshurin Yeshiva is an unusual yeshiva. Its students are Balei Tshuva from Russia, boys who have just recently embarked on the path of Torah observance and thus need special nurturing. It is for this reason that here much dedication goes into creating a warm and pleasant atmosphere. The boys don't only learn all day, but also go on trips and travel the land of Israel. This story happened thanks to one of those trips. Magadan is the capital of Kolyma, the most remote region in Russia. This port city at the Okhotsk Sea is famous for its extraordinarily harsh climate and a history that is no less harsh, giving it a name as the unofficial home of the Gulag. It is here, in a regular Soviet family that made its way to this forsaken land for seasonal work, that our hero Rafael was born. Back then, however, neither the boy's parents nor he himself knew that one day he would bear his beautiful Jewish name. Jewish observance in the family had been discontinued 3 generations before Rafael, just as it was with hundreds of thousands of other Jewish children born during those times on the 6th continent. My grandmother told me that my great-grandfather was a shochet and a mohar. He was the rav in a small town in the Ukraine where they lived. My great-grandmother kept all that she was taught in her parents' home, but they were scared to transmit it to their daughter, my grandmother. But every evil comes to an end sooner or later, and with the breakdown of the Soviet Union, the Jews received the opportunity to immigrate to Israel. This makes many remember for the first time that they too have Jewish roots. At this point in time, Rafael's family already lives in Zaporozhye, in southern Ukraine. Rafael's mother is a kindergarten teacher, his father a long-distance driver, while Rafael himself lives the carefree life of a simple boy. He likes athletics, soccer, and enjoys vacations at the sea. When he turns 16 years old, however, the family makes an unexpected decision to make Aliyah. Well, there is one thing in our family that was a result of our Judaism. My mother always wanted many children. 3 children in the family for the Soviet Union are many. In Israel, Rafael gets into a religious school together with a group of secular boys like him, collected from all corners of the former Soviet Union. Here, he gets a first impression of Judaism and begins taking small and cautious steps towards the Jewish life. The crucial turnabout in his life, however, takes place outside of the school walls. During Pesach vacation, Rafael is invited to join a trip organized by Yeshivas Toldos Yeshurin for its students. The trip follows a standard tourist route, the Dead Sea, Masada, camel riding. It is here that Rafael meets the serious students of Torah for the first time and becomes acquainted with their values. Here, he receives an invitation to join the Toldos Yeshiva for Shabbos. I saw how the boys relate to the rabbis, how they interact, what they talk about. I saw that the yeshiva is a warm home. Rafael begins to come to the yeshiva more and more often. Its atmosphere permeates him so much that after a short while he decides to leave school and learn in yeshiva full-time. He forfeits the chance to study in university and receive a prestigious profession, and chooses the path of Torah. I have always wanted to become a good person, and here I saw that it is the Torah that teaches us how to do that. Rafael soon felt at home in the yeshiva, and already 6 months after his first shidduch, he marries and builds a Jewish family, literally fulfilling the Talmudic dictum, at 18 years under the chuppah.
אני מתחתן היום, וברוך השם ישיבה מאוד טובה, נהניתי בזמן שהייתי פה מאוד טוב, תבואו מי שרוצה.
This wedding laid the foundation for yet another Jewish home created under the auspices of Toldos Yeshurin. Rafael himself pretty soon spread his wings and continued his path as an avrich in Israeli yeshivas and kollelim. This was without any special concessions to the fact that not long ago he enjoyed athletics and soccer and never learned in a cheder or yeshiva katana in Jerusalem. The Toldos Yeshurin yeshiva does not try to keep its fledglings to itself. It was Toldos that guided me in the right direction, strengthened my desire to live a Jewish life, and gave me basic skills in learning Torah. By the way, this is not the end of the connection between Rafael and Toldos. In the evenings after 2 Siddharim in yeshiva, Rafael at 22 years old heads one of the evening kollelim in the educational network of Toldos Yeshurin. Remembering full well his impressions of his first page of Talmud, Rafael knows how and about what to speak to those who come to a Torah class for the first time. Everyone has to learn that which his heart yearns for. That's why we try to bring each person close in his own way. We try to open a Gemara, show him something unusual, to get the person thinking, so that he should continue thinking even after leaving the base medrash. There are many serious avrichim who after this type of learn in kollel. They just became interested here at some point. At the same time, learning all day is not for everyone. but we work on people's observance of mitzvos, and they're making fixed times to learn Torah. Looking at the world through the eyes of a religious Jew, it is impossible to imagine that what happened to Rafael Dovzhenko happened by accident. We know that there is no way he could have had a different life. That back then, when he was born in faraway and cold Magadan, it was known above that this boy is destined to be a Jew who learns Torah, the bearer of the beautiful Jewish name Rafael. But that does not preclude us from taking pride in the fact that Toldus Yeshurun has played a role in this story.